Hello, 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 good people, and welcome to Happy, Healthy, and Whole with Sharea. I'm Sharea, and we are talking emotional wellness tools for everyday life. And here's the thing, this is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so I'm trying to stick on the theme of improving our mental health and understanding that our mental health is extremely important. And so last week, if you haven't already, check out the video where I just gave you a very general definition of why mental health awareness still matters and how we have to break the stigma within our community in order to get the help we need and to create the environment to nurture healthy and to nurture healthy and improved mental health. If you haven't already, like and subscribe to our channel. Today we're going to get into some actual tools that I might use with my clients and or that might be just useful for any of us regardless of the level of stress or distress we might be in. So understanding emotional health doesn't mean that you need to be happy all the time. That's one of the first things is that people think that emotional health equates to, oh my God, they're just walking around bubbly and sunshiny. And yes, that is my nickname. And so, yes, the most times you will see me in a very uplifting and very aware of my positive emotions. However, I'm also human enough to know that it doesn't require me to be happy all the time in order for me to have good emotional well-being. It means being aware of your feelings. It means honoring them without judgment. It means having a strategy to support yourself through those tough moments, those difficult times in life, and being prepared to do so in a way that honors who you are and what you are related to your identity. And so that really becomes extremely important when we think about just being able to adapt all of the tools that we hear people talk about or we might see on social media and don't know how to use in our own life. Really adapting them to your cultural identity is going to be helpful. And so that's my personal belief when it comes to how mindfulness works for me. I really have to adjust it to who I am and what makes me feel at peace. And so on that note, we're going to go into a grounding tool that you hear a lot of people talking about lately. Your mind could be racing, your body could be feeling all kinds of anxiety or feeling edgy. And so, one of the grounding techniques that people share with you that I also use with my clients, but I add a little bit of extra on the end. So, I'm going to share that with you today is 54231. You've heard this. But what this is really about is this method that allows you to bring yourself back to the present moment by using your sensories that you are allowed to use in that moment. And so sometimes when we think about this one, we kind of run through it fast, but we can slow ourselves down and take the time. And so I'm going to walk us through the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and my bonus at the end of that one. All right. So the five things that you can see. So if you look at my space right now, this is not a fake background. This is my real office. So I can look from just looking in this, I can say I see a clock with the wrong time. I need to change my battery. So I see a clock, a lamp. So I see a clock, a lamp, two pictures, one of a beautiful black woman and one of a abstract circle with different diamonds in it. Right. So that's two. That's three. I see a table, a side table. Right. I don't know if you see it. That side table. That's four. And I see a dresser that I have different items on. So that's five. So five things I can see. Now there's four things that I can touch. I'm at my desk, so I'm going to do some. I can touch my magic wand. I can touch my basketball stress ball. I can, I can touch my bowl. So that's three. That's one, two, three. And then I can actually touch my other stress ball from Rutgers social work program, right? So there's my four things that I could actually physically touch. And so those are things that I can actually touch in the space. And now four things that I can hear. Or three things that I can hear. I can hear the traffic in the background. I can hear the air that just kicked on, right? So that's two things. And then I can hear my computer screen if I listen quietly. And then two things I can smell. I can smell my perfume and I can smell cleaning products because my office was cleaned over the weekend. So those are two things that I can smell. And then one thing I can taste. And so I just so happen to have water with pineapple in it and excuse me, with grapefruit in it, and so I can taste grapefruit. And you see how slow that was? What happens then is that I'm actually taking the time to do the different things that will distract me, but also will bring me back into the present. So if you notice that I'm still swirling the actual wand that's in my office, which is the one of the items that I was filling. And what it does is it allows me to bring myself back into the present. And so I told you I would give you a bonus. One of the things that I add onto mine with my clients is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 affirmation. And so I have a bowl full of affirmations at my desk. And so I'm just going to pick one and I'm going to read it. And this is our affirming statement, which is I choose what provides me most happiness, the most happiness. I love that when it just happened to be what it's going to be. And so now what you're noticing is that that is considered a grounding tool. Another thing that is also you hear people talking about is journaling. Journaling is about a soul detox. So no filters, no judgment, asking yourself, what do I need to release today? What do I need to get off that is weighing me down? So even if you just take 5 minutes out of your day and ask yourself those two questions and to let it out, no filters, no judgment, and just pure self compassion. A soul detox is what I like to consider it. What do I need to release today? What weights are on me that I no longer want to carry? And so those are the things that I might consider when it comes to journaling. So that's my first one is grounding, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and an affirmation. The next one is journaling as a tool. Another one is what you hear people talk about with breath work and movement. And so I'm doing some things right now in my own personal life that I'm excited about and I will introduce soon throughout my work. But specifically, one of the things that I love to do is to talk about how important movement is when it comes to a body that has experienced trauma or has experienced different ways of different things that may have distressed their body. And so sometimes you gotta move to make that energy get out. So gently stretching, dancing, taking a break and just kind of moving around, walking, being able to really do something that is allowing you to move your body. Anything that involves your body movement will help. And as you are doing so, I need you to breathe. So your breath is going to make you free. It's going to give you this powerful allowance of oxygen through your body that allows you to kind of recenter and refocus your nervous system. And so try what is considered the box breath. If you don't know, it's 4 holds, 4 out, and hold and repeat 4 times. And so really you're going to breathe in, and you've seen me do this one before on here. You also see me do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I'm not going to go too much into it, but think about it from the perspective of breathing in, breathing out, and then repeating that for 4 times. So you hold, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then release for 4, and repeat it 4 times. And that becomes your box breath that you can use in order to kind of work on your breathing and your deep breathing. However, if you like to go a little bit deeper, it would be good to do a body scan that allows you to fully process throughout your body while breathing in and exhaling with oxygen. And so repeat those things in order to really kind of bring yourself back to the present moment. And you hear me talk about this one a lot too, with mindfulness and the importance of it. If you haven't already, check out my new journal, Mindfulness Skills. That journal is a opportunity for me to create some free therapy for Black and Brown women in the community that I serve. And so if you buy a journal, $5 of each journal goes towards me offering free groups, and hopefully it can be something that I can run ongoing through your support. Anyway, that being said, the last thing I want us to think about is our wellness connection. We have tools around grounding, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have our journaling, which is going to be our soul detox. And we have our breath work and movement, which is going to be able to kind of think about where the body needs us to live in terms of healthiness and oxygen. And I'm going to talk a little bit more next week around how trauma lives in the body. And then the last thing I want us to do, and this is something you again hear me talk about, is community. Wellness doesn't happen in isolation. Call people, reach out to people, text a friend, join a support group. You don't have to do this on your own. We are better together. And that much is true when it comes to community and building yourself and your mental health and your mental well being. So, which tool are you going to use this week? Are you going to practice the 5, 4, 2, 1, the box breathing, which is four holds? Excuse me, inhale for four, hold for four, and then release, and then repeating that 4 times, right? Or are you going to make sure that you take a dance break every afternoon at around 2 o'clock? Let's all just say 2 o'clock. Let's see if I can stick to that. 2 o'clock dance break, everybody. I'm gonna do walking because it allows me to also incorporate my staff. And then some gentle stretching if you aren't into dancing and or don't have the opportunity to walk. All can be very helpful with your body. But the last thing is also not sometimes seen as valuable, but is one of the most important ways to keep ourselves and our mental health well is our community. We don't have to isolate. We shouldn't isolate. And I wish for you a beautiful week. Take good care of yourselves. Next week, I'm going to talk about how trauma shows up in the body and what to do about it. Y'all be well and take good care of yourselves and be compassionate to others as well as yourselves. Be well.